If you are the type of person that just loves to spend money in so many things and at the end of the month you just wonder how you're gonna make it, or if you're the type of person that likes everything organized and planned beforehand, I think this video will be really helpful. Budgeting may not be one of the most entertaining things that people think about when they are preparing for traveling or as an exchange student. However, if you plan it ahead of time, trust me, it's gonna be worth it. I will show you the ways I divided my budget as an exchange student and also how much I spend in each thing every month in Korea. I divided my budget into what I think are the most important categories: food, housing, transportation, groceries, and other stuff. I don't know if it's only me, but when I go abroad, the most important thing for me is food. Take into account that the first days are gonna be very difficult because you're not sure how much is a decent price or normally how much those things cost. To make it a little bit easier for you, I will tell you my experience. Normally, if you go to a restaurant, the prices will start from 10,000 won upwards. Then, if you go to the cheapest places, the prices will be from 1,000 won to 10,000 won. I will recommend that if you have a low budget, go eat always at the university cafeteria. It is even cheaper than doing your own food because you will need to buy many ingredients such as oil, seasonings, etc. On the other hand, at the university cafeteria, the meal will be 2,500 won at the most, and believe me, it's gonna be a good food. Or, if you don't have any university cafeteria near you, just eat at the 7-Eleven. It can cost from 200 won upwards. In total, I spent an approximate of 300,000 won per month. Though I ate in many different places, and many times a simple bubble tea will cost me 5,000 won, but it is worth it. In my case, I pay the university dorms. I would really recommend this to anyone that is going to Korea. You can also go to a Goshi one, but the thing is that it is a little more expensive and many times it's gonna be a lonely place. On the dorm, you're not just gonna have a roomie, you're also gonna be able to meet many people. For example, my first group of friends were the girls that I met on the elevator of my dorm. So, you never know. In addition, a Goshi one can be 500,000 won per month, and my dorm was only 300,000 won per month. You could also try to rent an apartment with some people. However, I would only recommend this if you know the people, because I heard many stories where the rooms were a little bit weird, and of course it's gonna be more expensive than the dorms. This is something that you cannot avoid unless you feel like a marathon runner and have the stamina to walk almost everywhere, or you are in a small city. I paid more or less 50,000 won per month for transportation, and I am just counting the subway card in Seoul, not the trips that I made to other cities. One trip is only 1,250 won, so minimum you will need 2,500 won for one round trip. Take into account that you will need first to buy a subway card that you can find in any 7-Eleven or CU. Then you have to deposit a certain amount of money on the card and there you go. You can hop in and out of the subway as much as you want. You know, the worst mistake that I made while doing my budget was not including this category. I always thought that if I was planning on not cooking anything at all, I wouldn't need to go and do some groceries. I was so wrong. I ended up spending between 20,000 to even 50,000 won on groceries. And normally it wasn't that much of food, but you will need things such as soap, toilet paper, shampoo. Sometimes also you will need things for cleaning your place or even some bed covers. For this in particular, I recommend to ask someone the moment you get to your dorm if they have a flea market. Many times, other semester exchange students would leave a lot of things that can be really useful for you, so you can buy all those things at a very cheap price and without being that much use. You have to take into account that, of course, there are going to be other things that you will want to buy. It can be from books, to a cell phone, to even clothes and makeup. For the books, I recommend the same as for the blankets. Many times, other year students sell their books on a designated webpage. In my case, the school had their own webpage only for selling used books. You have to be fast on this one because they are sold really fast. On the cell phone matter, there is no other thing than to buy the whole plan. I would recommend a plan where you buy only gigas and you can use them until you finish them all. That is better than a monthly pay. However, it all depends on how much Wi-Fi you use. The one that I bought costed 25,000 and it was 5 gigas. Normally, for this category, I will end up spending more or less 125,000 won. So maybe on makeup and clothes, I ended up spending more at the end. As you can see, I spend more in food and housing than on the other three categories, but it may vary depending on the person. At the end of each month, I spend an approximate of 825,000 won, which will be equivalent to $825. I think this quantity is an average, since I believe I could have spent less money and also spent more money. However, making a budget beforehand was really helpful and made me enjoy even more my exchange program. I wish this is helpful for all those students that want to go to Korea or anywhere else or just want to do a very good budget.